Hi my hiking friends, it is so nice to see you here, and today I'm going to share with you how I prepare for my upcoming bigger hiking trips. So let's get started. Before I will get into those more specific training routines, I have a big news to share with you. I have a big hike coming up that is not the Fjällräven Polar. I will go to the Fjällräven Polar adventure at the beginning of April, but before that, in March, I will go to New Zealand. I will go there for 3 weeks. I will discover the nature, hike as much as I can, paint, and another good news, I will not be going there alone. I will be going there again with my mother, my amazing mother. And it's actually quite a funny story. When I told her about my plan to go to New Zealand, then she told me, I want to come too. Will you take me? And of course I will take her. So we have bought our tickets in March. We will be there hiking. So I have another big hike to prepare for, and that's where this inspiration for this video came from. We all know how we should prepare for our upcoming hikes. Going to the gym 4 times per week, doing cardio, running, walking between those sessions. But let's be real, I'm a lazy person, or to be more exact, busy person, but all of my busyness isn't related to training or physical activities, and I'm really fine with it. I feel okay. Of course I should, I could, I would, but I'm not doing any more training besides my hiking trips that in winter time, that is right now, aren't very often either. But I want to be more prepared for my upcoming hikes because I want to enjoy the hikes more. I want to carry more food in my backpack, and I want to see more nature and so on. So that's why I am preparing a little bit before my hikes, but only just a little bit. So I have only taken one big hiking trip before my second one now in New Zealand, and it was in Nepal. We did the Annapurna circuit with my mother. That was 13 days long, and we covered 183 kilometers in this distance, in those days. And the trail itself was quite like up and down, and the highest point of the trail was 5,400 meters. So a bit of ascent. Many days straight. So to prepare for this trip, 2 months before the trip, I contacted a personal trainer and asked him to compose a gym routine for us. He did us a 1-day routine, which meant we didn't have a separate upper body day, separate leg day. We had this full body day every day that we went to the gym. The goal of our routine was to strengthen our overall body muscles, and not to train specific muscles, but to just have more strength everywhere. We went to gym 2 times per week, and per session we did like around 40 minutes of this exercise that our trainer told us to do. The trainer wasn't with us all the time. He just made us the routine, and for the first time he went through the exercises with us, but we didn't hire a personal trainer for the whole 2 months. The exercises in our routine were like these full body exercises that combine several muscle groups in our body. For example, military presses, powerlifting, and my favorite and least favorite at the same time were the ropes. It was really hard, but really fun. After the training session, we went on the treadmill and walked 15 to 20 minutes with the incline and with various speeds to keep our heart rate fluctuating on different levels, not only strolling, but a bit more high pulse exercise and lower pulse exercise all in one. And at the weekends, we try to go outside to walk with a weighted backpack at least once per week. And we try to walk about an hour with those weighted backpacks. Of course, reality isn't so ideal. Not all weeks we could go to the gym 2 times per week, and not all weeks we could do those walking trips. And of course, the trip was hard, but it was totally doable. I don't know how hard it would have been without the training, but I'm happy we did it. We prepared our bodies a little bit beforehand and didn't put them into a total shock in Nepal. Now, when I'm going to New Zealand, I have a bit different approach to the preparation. So 2 months before the trip, I decided that this time I don't want to get the gym membership to save money because the plane tickets were really expensive. So instead I wanted to do body weight workouts back at home. There are tons of great videos that guide you through a really nice and strenuous home workout. I wanted to do this 2 times per week, but in reality we didn't manage to do 2 times per week. Mostly we did it 1 time per week, because there was a lack of this social pressure, you know. We didn't have the gym membership, so we didn't feel the pressure to use up our money and to go to the gym. Doing things back at home is always a bit hard. You have to fight off dogs and other family members who are not eager to do these exercises with you. They are living their own lives and a bit like distraction. So now, 1 month before the trip, I decided that instead of these home workouts, we are now going to a local yoga studio 2 times per week. But why yoga? Because I like yoga, and yoga helps me release tension that I tend to gather on my upper body, and it's really painful to carry backpack on these tense shoulders. So going to the yoga, I hope it will loosen up my shoulders, and then on the trip my shoulders will not hurt as much as well. And hopefully, as we have to get the yoga studio membership, we have more of this social pressure of really, not social pressure, like money pressure to really go there and use up those times. Besides those general strength exercises, we are walking at least 2 times per week on a treadmill with a weighted backpack. I weigh my backpack with dumbbells, or if you don't have dumbbells, you can use water bottles really easily as well. It is recommended to start out with a 25% weight that you will be carrying on your hiking trip, and then gradually increasing it up to 75% of the maximum weight you will be carrying on the trip. Why 75? Actually, I don't know. I did some research online, and this is the number some trainer suggested, so I guess it's logical, because you don't want to shock your body and throw on this huge amount of weight onto it. If you feel like it, after a few weeks you can put up the weight, 100% of the weight that you will be carrying on the trip. I think it's okay, but the idea of training with a bit less is more appealing, because you guys, it's not all or nothing. Doing anything is better than doing nothing. So we don't have to be these perfect training people before our trip. We can be 75% of these perfect people, and this is still really, really good percentage. If you know what I mean, I don't know. I usually keep the pace on the treadmill around 3.5 kilometers per hour, and I increase the incline to 8% at least, and up to 11. And also in sessions I use dumbbells, like small dumbbells in my hand, to get more movement and strength in my hand, and also to increase my heart rate. So that's what I'm doing on the treadmill 2 times per week at least, and 1 hour at a time. I know I am especially fortunate to have a treadmill in my house, but if you don't have a treadmill, you can of course walk outside or go to the gym and walk on the treadmill there. Keep in mind that when you will be hiking on a hilly or mountainous terrain, you should incorporate the same terrain into your training. So on a treadmill you can increase the incline, but if you are doing the training outdoors, choose a landscape, at least a hilly landscape if you have something like that around you, so your legs can get used to ascending and descending. One important recommendation I got from our trainer that did our gym routine back in 2017 was the suggestion to stop training 1 week before the departure, because then most likely you are stressed out with planning the last minute things, so you don't want to stress your body out too much. But most important thing that I do to prepare for my upcoming hikes is to plan them properly. I know I am not the most physically well-off person, so I am not planning 30-kilometer walking days. I know my limits, and when the terrain is hilly, I know I will not plan over 15 kilometers per day. If the terrain is more flat, my maximum is 25 kilometers. Of course, I can walk more, but over 25 kilometers per day, I am not enjoying the hike, at least on my physical level that I am right now. So my most important thing for you to do is to really plan your trip, that you will not exert yourself, that you will still have time to enjoy the nature, to enjoy the trail, to rest and recover and really get everything from the trip, because you don't have to cover so many kilometers. You just have to enjoy the kilometers you will cover, and if it's half of what you think you should do, then it's half. This is something that I have learned the hard way. I started out planning my trips in Estonia really long, and then it was really hard. I didn't enjoy them. Be realistic and better walk less than more. Then you will enjoy more. Yeah. Okay, that's it. This is my take on how to prepare for an upcoming bigger hike as a lazy person. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you like in general what I am doing on my YouTube channel here, then please consider donating a bit every month on my Patreon page. It helps out so much, and thank you to all my current Patreons. You are a true gem in my life. You go for a hike, because life is so much better in hiking shoes, and I will see you really soon. Okay, bye!